been littered in recent years when these two sides have got together on the pitch. Problems seem to circulate off the pitch. They'll be hoping that there's none of that tonight. Well, Nice have had an indifferent start to the season, a poor start. They started to hit a little bit of form in early November, but that seems to have subsided, and they've lost their last three. Their worst losing run since 2020. Well, the international break usually brings about a gluttony of changes, and there are several changes amongst these two teams this evening. For Nice, there are 3 changes, and for Marseille there are 4. Let's run through that team news for you ahead of kick-off. And it's Nice with Jivan Diouf in goal. Mendy, Barr and Opong are the back 3. Klaus and Barr are the 2 wing-backs. Barr coming into the side with Abdi dropping to the bench. And then Abdul Samad coming into the midfield, replacing Kevin Carlos. And then Charles Van Hout, Sofiane Diop, Terem Moffi, the Nigerian international, coming in. And Mohamed Ali Show as well. On the bench for Nice, dropping down to the bench, Carlos and Abdi. Badawi is injured. Luce, Buga, Sansom, Nguini and Janssen. Along with Gouvert and the goalkeeper Dupay. What about Marseille? 4 changes tonight. Jeromo Rulli got to play in Argentina's one international during the break. That was a comfortable win in Angola. Geronimo really played that game. He did get substituted and he did pick up a knock, which was a blow to Marseille. He's on the bench tonight. He drops down and Jeffrey Delang takes the gloves. Timothy Ware comes into an attack-minded side. He'll play it right back. And then Kondogbia coming in for the injured Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. And Leonardo Balerdi will start at the back, with Naif Agard picking up injury during the international break with Morocco. So here's how Marseille line up. Jeffrey Delang in goal, Ware, Pavard, Balerdi and Emerson at the back. Vermeeren and Kondogbia in midfield. Angel Gomez just in front of them. And then the informed Mason Greenwood, Igor Paixão, who's been banging in the goals as well, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, whose World Cup dream was left in shatters during the international break when Gabon went out at the hands of Nigeria, who also then went out to the Congolese. Well, on the bench for Marseille, dropping down to the bench, Rulli, as we've mentioned before. Egan Riley drops to the bench. Mope Vaz, Bacola, Mardi, Garcia and O'Reilly. As I said just a few moments ago, Gerd out injured, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg out injured. Amir Morello also dropping out of the squad through injury. So the international break appears to have taken its toll. The Algerian Boudaoui injured for Nice as well. That's a big blow for the home side. So we're all just about ready to get underway here at the Allianz Riviera. It's Marseille in their all-white with the light blue trimmings. Nice, who usually play in red and black stripes, are tonight playing in all black. There's tifos here, there's tifos there, there's tifos everywhere tonight. This is a rivalry more so than a derby, even though it gets called the Derby della Mediterranee. It's something that was landmarked for Nice against Bastia, but they don't seem to play each other too much anymore, so they've extended it to the rivalry between these two. Nice against Marseille, we're off and underway. All white Marseille, all black Nice. You're not going to have any colour clashes tonight, I can promise you. The referee in his green shirt is Jeremy Pigner, and it's Marseille off and underway and into an attacking position very early on, and the goalkeeper come flying out from the early ball in from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and he whistled it across the face of the 6-yard box, and out come Jivan Diouf, and he kind of collided with Benjamin Pavard. It came off of Pavard, and he managed to divert it away for a corner, but He just almost took it out of the hands of the goalkeeper, saying, look, I don't know what's behind me, I'm taking no chances. And he lashed it behind for a corner, which will be taken by Emerson, the Italian international. Italy just missing out on automatic qualification into the World Cup. They'll have to play Ireland in a play-off, and potentially Wales in the final. Here's Emerson with the corner, played short. Mason Greenwood trying to whip the ball in was Vermeeren, but it's been blocked. Vermeeren, a very talented young 20-year-old who has already played for Leipzig and Atleti Madrid. And it's gone out for a throw to Nice, whose home form hasn't been great. They've lost 4 of their 9 home matches in all competitions this season here in their own stadium, which was something of a fortress last season, which saw them challenging for a place in the Champions League for quite a long time. It looked like they were going to snatch it, but in the end they had to make do with the Europa League. Delang, the goalkeeper, in all purple tonight for Marseille, in for the injured Geronimo Rulli, who is on the bench. I hope that they don't need to test him with the action tonight. 2 minutes gone here. Already we've seen a smart ball in from Aubameyang that caused some concern in the Nice defence. Headed away by Jumaba, Sierra Leone youngster. That's a lovely pirouette from Mason Greenwood. Comes inside, gives it to Vermeeren. These Marseille players in more white tonight with these light blue trimmings and light blue numbers as well, which are incredibly difficult to pick up. For the first time in 35 years, Marseille looking to avoid 3 straight defeats away at Nice. It is Nice on the ball at the moment, coming forward on the left-hand side. It's a foul on Moffat. It's going to be a free kick, says the referee, Jeremy Pignat. Himself has been away on international duty representing France as a referee in the European FIFA World Cup qualification group matches for the final round of. Some mixed bag of results amongst the players that have come back from those internationals. Moffi's Nigeria went out, although he didn't actually play in their 2 matches. Aubameyang's dream over. Here come Marseille again. It's given back to Nice, who can bring the ball out from the back with Antoine Mendy, Senegalese youngster. Here is Mendy. Gets it back again from Jonathan Close. Playing against his old club tonight, Jonathan Close. Former Marseille player. Before he made the move to Nice. South of France derby, the Mediterranean derby. The derby de la Méditerranée, as they like to refer it. Here, Nice have made a solid start here. An early ball into the box, which is headed away by Opong. Got the second header as well. It's picked up in the midfield by Sofiane Diop, and the shot is restricted to distance from Mendy, and Antoine Mendy, who's yet to score this season. The French-Senegalese under-21 international for Senegal and for France. He's played for both of them at under-21 level in friendlies. Yet to decide which way his international career is going to go. He's getting plenty of game time this year, the young 21-year-old for Nice. Is he going to make it for France? Well, it's his decision, isn't it? Kojo Pepper Opon for Nice gets it all the way back to Jivan Diouf. He's got a really good record of stopping penalties. If Marseille do get one tonight, well, it'll go to Mason Greenwood, who's already taken 5 penalties this season, scoring 4 of them. No one has taken more penalties in any of the top 5 leagues around Europe than Marseille this season, and Greenwood's taken them all, scoring 4, missing 1. Tonight, if he gets one, he'll be up against Jivan Diouf. Not that there is a penalty here at the moment. There was a free kick, however, foul by Abdul Samed on Angel Gomez, the England international. No, he's not really getting any sort of look in at the moment at the England scene, is Angel Gomez. Seems to have fallen by the wayside. Pavard takes that free kick. Takes it short as well. Full international for France, over 50 caps, remember. It's a free kick again to Marseille. Another foul, this time Alvin Barr, I think it is. It's been Jonathan Klaas. It's been penalised. So the free kick has gone the way of Marseille. Just blocked off the inside run of Igor Paisho. Not in it really, it's just he was in the way. Triple roll from Igor Paisho kind of convinced the referee it was a lot worse than it actually was. Probably convinced half the crowd as well. So 6.5, nearly 7 minutes gone. Marseille working their way out from the back. Good footwork from Delang, the goalkeeper, the standing goalkeeper. If you're just joining us, 0-0 in the Derby de la Méditerranée. French Ligue. Here's Mason Greenwood. Haven't seen an awful lot of him. The away fans are letting off the paraphernalia behind the goal away to our right, which is the end that Marseille are attacking in the first half. Lots of it. There was an incident when these two met a couple of years ago where a Marseille player grabbed a firework that was being thrown constantly onto the pitch, fireworks, and one of the Marseille players grabbed the firework and threw it back into the crowd, which was probably not the brightest thing to do, no pun intended, and it caused fireworks to therefore kick off on the pitch, and it was rather unsavoury on and off the pitch, and then a pitch invasion, and it was horrible to see. Let's hope none of that occurs tonight. Ball down the line from Mendy, good ball as well. Kloss gets the early cross in, taking no chances and prodding it behind for a corner. As Benjamin Pavard, such an experienced defender, taking no chances, just cutting out all threats. If in doubt, just give the opposition a corner. It's better than giving them a chance. And we do have some sort of resemblance to a chance here. Jonathan Klaas is going to take the corner, headed away by Mendy. By Weir, I beg your pardon. Klaas snapping into the challenge. It will fall at the feet of Kondogbia. He's got plenty of time. Turning, playing it forward was Emerson. Into the midfield, Vermeeren. Wide to Mason Greenwood, who can begin his run forward, the Englishman. Weaves up towards the box, he's got two to beat, gets the cross in towards the edge, but there's plenty of black shirts there to deal with it. And Abdel Samid did exactly that. 0-0 is the scoreline. And we've played just over 9 minutes now at the Allianz Riviera. Early pullback from Aubameyang caused one or two nervous tensions in the first couple of minutes for the home side. That side haven't really seen anything to blow our minds in terms of chances at either end. Marseille shifting forward ominously here though, with Emerson down the left-hand side, plays it inside. It's a beautiful scoop back to Emerson, gets to the byline, pulls it back, doesn't quite make it to Aubameyang, and it might come here to Mason Greenwood, who puts the ball in the net, but I think the flag has gone up, and I think it's gone out of play. Let's have a little look here. We're not helped really by the smoke. Yeah, it was about 3 foot off the pitch, the second pullback. It should be a corner, and it was pulled back at the second time of asking by Igor Paisho, and then put into the net by Mason Greenwood. I think he knew it had gone out of play, Mason Greenwood, but listen, if he doesn't put it in the net and it hadn't gone out of play, he'd be getting a lot of stick, wouldn't he? So he just puts it in the net to make absolutely sure that he's done the right thing. Greenwood then takes the corner, short to Emerson, back again to Greenwood, whipped into the penalty area, headed towards goal, and that's a fine save from Diouf. A save of the highest order to keep out the header from Pavard. Such a danger in those situations, and he was left free. Didn't get anywhere near close enough, Antoine Mendy, and he swivels and heads the ball from just outside the 6-yard box towards the top corner. And it's a good, strong right hand from Jivan Jouf to put the ball over. Corner to Marseille looking for the opener, and it's been turned in. And it's the visitors that take the lead. It's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang who gets the final touch. A poacher's finish at the far post from the corner. And Nice, who have had an awful run of form at home, find themselves behind inside the opening 11 minutes. Well, the man that used to score goals for fun for Arsenal, for Lille, for Dortmund, for Barcelona, Chelsea, and now he nets for the 5th time this season in Ligue. The evergreen 36-year-old in the right place at the right time, ready to anticipate and sweeping the ball from 2 yards out into the corner. The head on was from Pavard. He'll take the assist. The corner from Greenwood. And it was all about sleepy defending from Nice. Marseille, who will go top for now at least tonight with a victory, lead by a goal to nil. Well, it was a really good finish by Aubameyang. It was a poacher's goal. Simple as. It was a typical Aubameyang goal, really. And, just swept it into the roof of the net. Now Nice got some catching up to do. Aubameyang with the goal. Marseille with the lead, and you could feel it coming for about 5 minutes before that, but Marseille were just beginning to tighten the screw. And it was such a good finish from Aubameyang. I mean, all he had to do was put it in the net, but it's not about the finish itself, as Pavard heads the ball away for Marseille. It's not about the finish, it's about being in the right place. Good strikers have a knack of doing that. Ball is cleared away by Arta Vermeeren, who's having an excellent season, the 20-year-old. He's a full international for Belgium, who this week qualified for the World Cup. He'll be a big player in the World Cup, you know. Former Atletico Madrid and Leipzig player. He's on loan from Leipzig, in fact, so you know, it's not a permanent move by any means. They'd love to make it permanent. He's settled in nicely, the 20-year-old. He looks a good player. He looks a really good player. Just seeing the tackle from Pavard. Pavard catches the player. He's got a yellow card here as Pavard. I don't understand why.